virtual class. In the previous class, we have discussed about electric current and its potential difference. Today, we will learn more about the heating effect of electric current. Okay? We have already discussed that for current to flow through a conductor, a potential difference has to be maintained. Take the case of this. Suppose you have to move 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another, and 1 joule of work is done to move that charge. So what will be the potential difference? Once again, to move 1 coulomb of charge, you are applying a force of 1 joule. Then the potential difference will be 1 volt. Is it clear? Let us take another example. Suppose 20 joule of work is done to move 2 coulomb of charge from one point to another. What will be the potential difference? It will be 20 by 2, that is 10 volt. Understood how to find out the potential difference? So, can you tell me the formula for calculating potential difference? Yes, potential difference. V is equal to W by Q. Okay, yes, V stands for the potential difference. What is W? W is the work done and Q is the amount of charge. Okay, so in the last class we have discussed about electric current. So can you tell me the formula for electric current? Electric current I is equal to Q by T. I is the electric current, Q is the charge and T is the time of flow of that charge. Okay, so look at this equation. Tell me what is Q, or how will you find out Q from this formula? Q is equal to IT. Okay, Q is equal to IT. Substitute the value of Q in this equation. What will happen? V is equal to W by IT. Okay, V is equal to W by IT. So from this formula we can find out the formula for work. Work done W is equal to cross multiply VIT. So now you got the formula for work done W is equal to VIT. When current passes through this nichrome wire, the nichrome wire turns red hot. What is the reason for that? That is, the current supplied by the battery is converted into heat in the case of nichrome. That is, in the case of nichrome, the electrical energy is converted into heat energy. So, the work done by the battery can be written as H is equal to VIT. Okay, instead of W, we can write it as H is equal to VIT, where H stands for the amount of heat produced. According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. So, substitute the value of V in this equation. H is equal to VIT. So, what will happen? H is equal to VIT. So, instead of this V, you are going to substitute IR. Okay, so IR into what is remaining? IT. Is it clear? So, the equation becomes, what is I into I? I square. I square RT. That is heat produced. H is equal to I square RT, where I is the electric current, R is the resistance and T is the time of flow of current. Okay. Can you tell me the formula for I according to Ohm's law? We know I is equal to V by R. Okay. Substitute in this equation H is equal to VIT. So instead of I, you are going to substitute V by R. Okay, so V into, what is I? V by R into T. Okay, so V into V, V square. So the equation becomes V square T by R. That is, H is equal to V square T by R. This is another formula to find out the heat produced in a circuit. So now you have studied about three formulas. Which are the three formulas? H is equal to VIT. Second one, H is equal to V square T by R. And the third one, H is equal to I square RT. From this formula, H is equal to I square RT, it is understood that due to the high resistance of this nichrome, it turns red hot. This type of heating is known as Joule heating or ohmic heating. Now, we have discussed on the factors affecting heat produced in a conductor. Now, we can define Joule's law. The heat generated in a current carrying conductor is directly proportional to the product of the square of the current I, resistance of the conductor R, and the time of flow of electric current. That is, H is equal to I square RT. What is the unit of current? Yes, unit of current is ampere, resistance is ohm, and time is second. H is equal to I square RT. So, now let's complete this table on the basis of Joule's law. Take the first case. Here resistance is given 2R, current is I, and time is T. Okay, so what is the formula for heat? H is equal to I square RT. So substitute. What is I? It is given I itself. I square R. How much is R here? 2R. So 2R and time is T itself. So it becomes 2I square RT. Is it clear? So we can see 2I square RT. What is I square RT? It is H. So changing heat is to H. Is it clear? Now take the second case. Here resistance is R, current is 2I, and time is T. So what will happen? I square. So what is 2I square? 4I square. 4I square. Resistance is R. So R and time here given as T. So 4I square RT. That is changing heat is 4H. Okay. Next. Take this case. Here resistance is half. Like R by 2. Current is I. Time is T. So what will happen? I square RT. So I square R. That is R by 2. Time is T. I square RT by 2. That is, this is heat produced is H by 2. Heat produced becomes half. Okay. Take this case. Resistance R, current is I by 2, and time is T. So I square. What is I by 2? I by 2 square. It is I square by 4. So I square by 4 RT. That is heat produced is H by 4. Because I square RT is H. So we have written H by 4. Is it clear? Take this case. Resistance R, current I, and time is 2T. Substituting this equation. I square, resistance is R, and time here is 2T. So 2T. So it becomes 2I square RT. So it is 2H. Are you following me? Next, take the last case. Resistance R, current I, and time is T by 2. Time is half. So I square R. What is the time? T by 2. T by 2. So what is I square RT? H. So H by 2. Understood? Look at this table and just note down the change in heat. In which all cases the heat produced has increased? Yes, here 2H. Heat produced is double. Next, it increases by 4 times, 4H. And third case is 2H. Look at the values here. Here the resistance is 2R. So you can tell when resistance increases, what happens to the heat produced? Heat produced also increases. When resistance is doubled, heat produced also get doubled. Take the next case. Here it is 4H. Look at the resistance, current and time. Yes, here the current is 2I. Current is double. When the current is double, heat increases by 4 times. Okay, because it is I square RT. So here, when the current is doubled, heat increase by 4 times. So from this we can understand when current increases, heat produced also increases. Okay, now take the third case. Here heat energy has increased, isn't it? It is 2H. In this case, resistance is R, current is high. Look at this time. It is 2T. So, when the time is double, what happened to the heat produced? Heat produced also get double. So, from this we can understand time is one of the factors affecting heat produced. So, in which all cases heat energy is increased? When time increases, or when resistance increases, or when current increases. That is what is explained in Joule's law. H is equal to I square RT. When current increases, heat produced increases, or when resistance increases, heat increases, or when the time of flow of current increases, heat produced also increases. So, I hope you have understood the factors affecting heat produced. There is an experiment given in your textbook in page number 11. Just look at that circuit diagram. Here you can see two beakers A and B of 200 ml capacity. Each beaker contains 100 ml of water. PQ, which is immersed in the beaker A, it is a nichrome wire. Okay, RS is a copper wire and they are of the same length and diameter. Okay, one end of the nichrome wire is connected to a 6-volt battery through a switch. The other end is connected to a rheostat and an ammeter is connected in series and which is connected to a copper wire. Initially, measure the temperature of water. Okay, and when the switch is on, after some time, when current passes through that circuit, what will happen? Can you tell me? The water in which beaker becomes hot very fast? Yes, of course it is nichrome wire because the resistance of nichrome is more than copper. So from this we can understand as resistance increases, current also, heat produced also increases. Now you have understood the connection diagram of Joule's law. For detailed learning, you can scan the QR code given in your textbook in page number 11. Shall we solve the problem? The question is, how much will be the heat developed if 0.2 ampere current flows through a conductor of resistance 200 ohm for 5 minutes? Okay, just go through the question and tell me what all things are given in this question. Yes, 0.2 ampere. What is 0.2 ampere? It is the electric current. I is equal to 0.2 ampere. Then what is given? Current flows through a conductor of resistance 200 ohm. So what is that? Resistance. Resistance is denoted by the letter R. R is equal to 200 ohm. And look at the time. What is time? 5 minutes. Time is equal to 5 minutes. We already know the basic unit of time is second. So for solving the problems, we have to convert this into seconds. This minutes into seconds. How will you convert minutes to seconds? you have to multiply with 60. That is 5 into 60. What is 5 into 60? Yes, 300 seconds. Okay, so these are the things given in the question. So now what do you have to find out? You have to find out the heat developed. What is the formula for heat? According to Joule's law, H is equal to I square RT. Shall we substitute these values here? Yes, I 0.2. So 0.2 square. What is resistance? Into 200 into what is the time? 300. Yes. Do the calculation. What is 0.2 square? 0.04. Yes. Tell me the answer. Did you get the answer? What is the answer? 2400 Joule. Understood how to calculate heat produced? Okay. Details of two electric heaters are given. To see heater A, V is given. V is equal to 230 volt, resistance 1150 ohm and time is 5 minutes. And take the case of heater B. V is equal to 230 volt, same as that of A. Resistance 460 ohm and time is also 5 minutes. So here you have to find out the heat produced in heater A and B. In this case, which formula you will be using? Just see it is given V, R and T. We have already discussed 3 formulas for heat produced, isn't it? From that, which formula you will be using here? We can use H is equal to V square T by R. Shall we do this problem? Yes, substitute for V square T by R. What is V? 230. So, 230 square into, what is the time? 5 minutes. You have to convert it into seconds. So, 5 into 60, that is 300 seconds. Into 300 by, what is the resistance? 1150. 1150. Do the calculation. Yes, the answer is 13,800 Joule. 13,800 Joule. So heat produced in heater A is 13,800 Joule. Now take the case of heater B. Yes, we can substitute V square T by R. What is V square? 230 square into, it is also given in minutes, so you have to convert it into second. 5 into 60, 300 seconds. 300 divided by 460. Yes. The answer is 34,500 Joule. Did you get this answer? Now we have found out the heat produced in heater A and B. Now we can find out the current flowing through heater A and B. Okay, what is the formula for current? Yes, I is equal to V by R. I is equal to V by R. Tell me what is V here? 230. 230 divided by resistance 1150. Okay, divide and find out. So we can see current is 0.2 ampere. The current flowing through heater A is 0.2 ampere. Understood? Heat produced is 13,800 Joule and current is 0.2 ampere. Now we can find out the current flowing through heater B. Okay. I is equal to V by R. What is V? 230 divided by 460. Cancel the zeros. That is 23 by 46. 1 by 2. It is equal to 0.5 ampere. Okay. Whether it is 0.2 or 0.5, which is greater? Yes, 0.5 through. So, through heater B, current flows more. Is it clear? So, what is the relation between resistance and current? Resistance and current. As resistance decreases, current increases. Here, the resistance is less compared to A, isn't it? So, here the resistance is less and current will be more. Current and resistance are inversely proportional. When current increases, resistance decreases. Hope you have understood this problem. Okay. Now, it's the homework for you. Find out the heat developed in 3 minutes by a device of resistance 920 ohm working under 230 volt. Okay? Hope you have understood how to find out the heat produced in a conductor. See you in the next class. A new topic. Bye.